from a school party. I was with my
Scary
friends,
stories.
but please keep in mind I was only 20 years old. We were
Oh.
drunk, so we really didn't know where our Uber driver was taking us. He took us through this road called Sonol in California, and everyone in the car knew this road had a very upsetting story behind it.
Oh, gosh.
We didn't care, since we were all drunk, and it was 3 a.m. We just wanted to go home. At what seemed like the end of the ride, the driver stopped at the side of the road and let in this girl. She sat in the back seat of
Okay, guys, don't just let in a stranger. I mean, like, oh god, this is like, not spooky, but yeah. Comment down below though, like, if you're up to like poop your pants. One, to poop your pants, comment down below.
the car. She claimed her name was Mary. All of our hearts dropped when we saw she had a dress on. It was a white dress.
Oh.
She also claimed that her husband dumped her on her wedding night. She said she was trying to find a ride for 3 hours, but she couldn't since it was too dark outside. When I got a good look at her, I was shaking because she was tearing up blood. I whispered to my good friend Dominic.
Okay, guys, that is not normal. You should know that. Oh, hell no,
told him
dude.
about the Bloody Mary story. I told him that it took place on this very road and that the girl might be a ghost. Right as I finished that sentence,
Okay, listen. I'm sorry that I need to keep on pausing, but oh god, I'm lying in bed right now.
she looked at me through the rearview mirror with her bright, white eyes and asked us if we were talking about her. My heart dropped once again. We asked the guy to pull over, but he insisted on dropping us off at our location. One of my female friends in the car started crying after Mary started reciting all of our names from the back of the car.
Oh.
We were scared because we didn't tell her our names. Now everyone in the car was crying except for me. It felt like we were driving forever, but it had only been 10 minutes. It got brighter out, and we realized that no one was in the back. It was a night spirit that was there, and it left because it was now morning. The next morning, I thought...
Okay, guys, Jesus. Just jeez, like, oh, it's scary. Literally scary.
about what happened while I was taking a shower. When I looked in the mirror, I saw a scratch on my neck.
Okay, well, let's watch the next one.
Want to master video editing skills and make gorgeous YouTube videos like Zoella, PewDiePie, or other superstars the like? Hi
Ads.
YouTubers, if you ever consider...
Who likes ads?
It was April 1st, 2001. I was at home watching TV when I heard a big bang on my back door.
Oh,
I
gosh.
didn't know who or what it was. Thought it was a raccoon or something.
Okay, guys, if you hear knocking at the door, just like, ooh, yeah, just don't answer it. Unless it's your dog or something, just don't answer it anyway. Okay, keep on
So
going.
I kept watching TV. I will never forget what I heard. Someone whispered, "I am coming for you." I turned to see who it was, but no one was there. I went outside and yelled,
Okay, guys, this one's sort of giving me the chill.
"Who's there?" I went back inside, and then I saw it. It was a man with a white rabbit mask holding a kitchen knife. I ran to the kitchen and grabbed a knife and turned on the light. The guy took off his mask, and it was my friend, Fred. I was relieved, and he yelled, "April Fools!" I asked how he managed to get so far when he whispered in my ear. He looked confused. To my surprise, he said, "I never whispered in your ear." That's when I knew something was in my house. I told Fred to hide and call the cops. When the cops got there, they saw a man with long black hair robbing stuff from my house. He had a pistol and some pocket knives. The cops told me he had broke out of prison a couple days before the incident.
Okay, guys, like, You don't want that to happen to you, do you? Sorry about my webcam.
Back then, my brother and I used to play with a lot of guns, especially water guns. One night, we got our flashlights and pretended we were the police. It was around 10 p.m. We were in the backyard with my brother's friend playing when we saw a tall black guy. We were just staring at him. I don't know who he was or why he was there. Then he suddenly said, "Hey, can I play with you?" "Bitch, please," my brother said. Then the tall guy seemed to go into a strange position and smiled at us creepily.
Okay, that is weird. Okay, yeah, I'm just running, shooting that man in the head and leaving.
I was so scared.
Don't.
So I aimed my gun at the guy when my flashlight lit up the face of the man. I will never forget what I saw. There was a big X on the middle of his forehead, and the guy was eating a piece of glass, literally eating it and bleeding. We didn't know what to do while we ran back into the house. My brother's friend jumped outside the fence and he didn't come back. We were standing near the window and my brother told me to call Mom and Dad. When I called my mom, I heard a loud smash coming from the big window on the front door. My brother quickly grabbed my shirt and dragged me upstairs. At that moment, I couldn't talk to my mom because then I would make a sound. We stayed silent for about 20 seconds. Then we heard a footstep near my side. I was about to tilt my head to take a look when I suddenly heard a gun get reloaded. My brother quickly punched the guy. I ran so fast downstairs. We had to live. We were almost to the door when we heard a gunshot. We quickly ran to the nearest neighborhood and told someone what happened. We called Mom and Dad and also dialed 911. When the police came to our house, they found fresh blood trails from the living room to the bathroom. There, they found the guy bleeding to death, as if the guy wanted us to watch him commit suicide or possibly kill us. Well, I don't know, but that was some serious madhouse shit, and I would never, ever forget what happened. Black-eyed.
Listen. I would eat glass. Okay? Right? These videos like a one to poop your pants or something. Like, ugh.
Woman.
Black-eyed woman. Oh, crap.
I was 11 years old at the time. It was a horrible event. I lived in Texas, but my family...
Texas, boy, you better get that out of here. In Texas, really. Okay, it doesn't matter. I used to live there.
decided to go to California during the summer of 2015. It wasn't going to be a long time, so my family of 6, including me, stayed at my aunt's house.
She's probably a rich aunt. Just like mine is rich. Not really.
One night, my parents went to a party, and both of my brothers and I didn't want to go, so we stayed behind. My aunt's daughter...
No! Wait. Oh, no. I think that was around anyway. Don't say like something happens, like someone breaks in the house. Come on, Granny, protect
stayed with us too. It was around 6 p.m. My parents said they were coming back around 2 a.m. Hearing that gave me goosebumps, since we were staying at a 2-story house. I've always been scared of 2-story houses for this reason.
Boy, I'm in a 2-story house right now. Don't scare me like that.
As soon as our parents left, we all decided to eat snacks. Well, we wanted to, but there weren't any. My cousin asked us if we wanted to go to the store with her. Since she was already 19, she could drive by herself. My brother said yes, but I told him I do want snacks, but I don't want to go. I thought that my brothers would want to stay behind too, since they were just 2 years older than me. But instead, they just said, okay. They all left without me. I was all alone.
Boy, this kid. Lock the doors and the windows. Like, please. Don't. Just
15 minutes in,
Guys,
I was sitting on the couch playing on my iPad. Suddenly, I heard a sound coming from upstairs.
This is when you know something bad happens. Oh God, I'm scared.
I decided to check what it was, but as soon as I started to go up the stairs, a glass cup fell down the stairs. I ran to my uncle's room and hid inside the closet. After 2 minutes of hiding, the lights in the room started flashing. I could see it from the crack under the door. I wanted to text my brother, but I left the iPad on the couch. Soon after, I heard another sound from upstairs. Well, that's how I knew that whatever was doing all the scary stuff was definitely upstairs. I decided to run out of the house, and then try to ask the next door neighbors to let me into their house for a bit. But before I could, I checked the upstairs window when I got outside, and I saw a figure in one of the rooms. It was a clear image since it was barely 7 p.m. The figure was definitely the creepiest thing I've ever seen in my life. I saw a woman with a black dress. She was pale and had dark eyes. It was as if she accidentally messed up her makeup and got black makeup all around her eyes. She also looked kind of like a nun. I stood there, watching her for like 10 seconds. And then I saw a car driving in from the side. I moved near the garage and the car came closer. It parked at the house. And I realized it was my cousin with both of my brothers. I was relieved. They asked me why I was outside, and I said I wanted to take a picture of the house from outside. I didn't tell them the truth. They didn't realize I didn't have my iPad when I said this. Once we got inside the house, I followed them upstairs. I was obviously behind them since I was scared. Nothing happened the rest of the day until that night. It was 10 p.m. It was raining.
Oh boy, this is like... Yeah, jeez, this is like...
I just wanted to see the thunder, so I moved the curtains to look out the window. A bit of light came in because of the lightning. And that's when I saw it again.
No, boy, this is
The figure was in the neighbor's parkway, just staring at the house. I will never forget that night, no matter how hard I try. Sometimes, while I'm having fun, I'll stop and remember, and the thought always ruins my day. The thought that the woman from that night might always be out there looking for me.
Okay, well, that's the last video. Hope you enjoy. So yeah, see you guys later. Woo!